Okay, part 4. This will be really fun to have, but if you want to go check out her website, she sometimes just takes all of her products and plays with them and shows you what you can do. So you can visit her blog if you want. And next up, I got these from Hero Arts. They're the frame cuts. They're only $10 for these frame cuts, and I've been looking for the hexagon ones for ages, and like the ones from Spellbinders and, you know, My Favorite Things, they had like 7 or 6 of them, and I don't really need that many, and it was kind of a waste to spend 25 bucks on, you know, all those when I really am just after like the smaller ones. So this one was great. Like there's 3 different hexagon dies and then the triangle as well, and I kind of want to do some cards where you cut out like different pattern papers and then sort of put these with a little bit of a border in between them onto the background of a card. So, and maybe do like a honeycomb effect or something like that. And I've seen a lot of nice cards with hexagons, so I just wanted to have, you know, a small basic range without spending heaps of money to get them. So really happy that I found these ones. Next up, I got some Ink and Ink Do stamping mask paper. I was actually after the Eclipse one, but they were out of stock, and I was just tired of waiting. They've been out of stock for ages, so every time I go to put an order, they just happen to be out of stock. So I thought, whatever, I'll just get these ones. Christina Werner uses these, so I'm sure they're just fine. The other ones were just like a full sheet, that's all. These are 5 by 7, that's the only difference. So the other ones, I think there were 7 sheets by the 8.5 by 11, and these ones there's 12 sheets by 5 by 7. And these ones were slightly more expensive. So, but I've got them. I really needed something to do my masking with. I was using Post-it notes, and they were okay, but you know, these are so much easier to use, and they stick all the way through. So when I was trying to blend around something, I was having to be so careful. So, and once you cut them out once, like you can reuse them. So just keep them with your stamped images, and then you won't have to keep cutting them out. So I'll be using these slowly as I do some 1-layer cards. And then I got this. This is the Cuttlebug, and I don't know if you've watched other of my haul videos, you know I love trees. So I just keep collecting things with trees on them. And this one, I mean, it is huge. Like, look how big that is. So it comes with 2. This is a border one that sort of goes sideways, and then there's this one, which is like, will easily cover, what is that sheet? So it's easily going to cover a card front again. And it's just like the birch trees. So for embossing and things like this. And I think it would be really good to do like with the brayer on, and you putting ink down in here and then embossing, so you can get the color sort of in between the sections without trying to like ink it up after, you know, you've embossed it. So I think that would be really cool, and depending on which side you can either do like the negative space or the clear space. So or the inside the trees or outside the trees sort of thing. So I think that will be really cool. And then just the little border is a bonus. So I think this was like $9 for this one. Some of them, they've just come out with like a new range, which are super fancy, but they're about $12. So anyway, I just wanted something extra to play with. And I haven't seen any embossing folders with trees on them before, let alone my favorite birch trees. So it was sort of a must-have kind of thing. So that's that one. It's actually called Birch Tree too. So, oh, and I forgot to say, this is a new feature for Cuttlebug, but at the top, like there's a gap, so you can actually put your card through it if you want to do the front. So yeah, I think that is, like, I think it was Tim Holtz or something I saw on his, he was actually taking a blade and slicing the top, but Cuttlebug's actually made a slot for you, so you don't have to worry about doing that. So I think this is like a new permanent feature for all of their new folders, so that's kind of really cool that I can put the whole card through with that and knot it up a lot easier that way. Okay, so that's that. Oops, that just fell over that step. Okay, so then I got this stamp set from Bo Bunny. This is for my sort of art journaling. Now, it was like a $5 stamp set. It's called Distressed Textures Stamp. They've got like a range of these, from what I could tell. And it is not like a polymer stamp by any means. These are just the cheapo acrylic stamps. But the point I got it was, I normally like the Palmier ones because you always get a perfect image or a crisp image with like any type of ink. You don't have to stress about what type of inks you're using, because with acrylic ones you have to use like certain inks, otherwise they just bleed or they're not clear or they just don't look nice. But because I'm using these and I don't want them to look perfect, like they're meant to be texture on the back of the page and not perfect, like they're just supposed to be in the background. So I'm perfectly happy only spending, you know, $5 or $6 on a stamp set that is just a background and not going to give me the perfect impression, which is exactly what I intend for the stamp to be. So whereas, you know, you can get like Tim Holtz distressed ones and they're all like $20, or the Dilutions ones, which are again, you know, $24 for the stamp set, and really I'm not going to use this. This is like, I don't want to spend that much money on just a background stamp. So these are perfectly fine for that. And yeah, that's what I bought these ones for. I probably wouldn't buy, like I said, this brand of stamps if I was wanting like a certain image and I wanted that image to end up really crisp looking. But for what I want it for, this will be perfect and really cheap. So even better. Next up, this is super exciting for me. This is a part of the new Lawn Fawn range. Yay! You know how much I love Lawn Fawn. And this was like the ones that I had to have from that set, which is why I put off putting my order for like an extra 10 days, because I knew these were coming out like soon. And also why I ended up having to wait another 10 days after, because my little clear block that I'd ordered had gone out of stock in the meantime. But anyway, I got there in the end, and these I just love this stamp set. Like, I'm not sure if you've been onto their blog, but there's so many beautiful cards with these hot air balloons, and I love these flat clouds. They're just awesome. So, and then I've got this perfect little banner thingy, and these cute stars, and it's got like the sky's the limit and blue skies are ahead. And I love this arrow. Actually, arrows are really in right now, and I'll be using it just on its own and other cards, not even like with this you know, series, like stamp set. And it's called Blue Skies, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that.